Hey everyone, tonight I'm going to show you another video demonstrating the C and C++ include our header files, a list of header files. There's more than about 2,808 included files for the header files, .h files, and that are either C.header files or IOStream kind of naming for the C++ files. I will show you how I generated this 2,808 files for you and made it available on MyWebUniversity.com. So you can just, if you're a student, you're a developer, and you don't want to buy books, and this is like documentation that is available on a Unix or Linux machine. If you have downloaded the GCC compiler, the GNU C compiler, or G++, which is the C++ compiler. If you have downloaded them for a particular version, then you have those documentation. But if you're on the web, I made it available on the web using this website that I have, MyWebUniversity.com, and I'm going to show you how this is available for you there. As you can see on my screen right now, I'm showing you the header file IOStream for C++, and then you can also get like a standard IO.h for the C libraries, and you can get all of them, the 808 files that are there. I just made this nice HTML format, like in a table, that whichever one you click, you decide to click on it, and then you get the header file for that particular one. For example, I click on this find_fn_imp.hpp, and then it shows the C header files, and the path to where this file is showing here, and then I'm doing a cat -n on it, and then you can see that the entire information is here. Similarly, if you're looking for like a IOStream, you can see that it does a cat -n on the IOStream on this path that I'm showing you, the full path for it, and then the actual line of code is showing here in details that is about 79 lines. So all those CN, C out, and then C error and C logs, all of those ones are defined in the as extern for the IOStream. Similarly, for like a standard IO.h, if you're looking at the standard IO.h, some of the library like fprintf, fpodes, all those commands are defined here. And then sometimes you might be saying that, okay, these are the header files, but what if I'm looking for a function like fprintf or something? That's not a problem here, because I wrote this PDF file for you that it has all the section 1 through section 9 of the Linux manual pages. There's about 6,500 or 6,600 PDF documentation available for you here. Let's say you're looking for a scanf. There you could do a Control-C and then just type in a scanf, and then notice that it shows 1 of 6, but then you could look at which one you're interested. So the one that you're looking for, if you're looking for the scanf here, you can just click on it and just shows all the other related functions that are for scanf, vscanf, fscanf, all of that one. And this is on the Ubuntu platforms, so available. And similarly, if you're looking for like podes for podes function, you can just search, and then since there's 5 of them, there's a number of them. Fpodes, let's say you're interested, just look at it, and then fpodc, podes, and podc, and podes, all of them are under the same library, because they are defined in the standard IO.h. Since it is the header file is C library, a standard IO.h, then you come back on the search here, the one that I could go back here on the main search here and then say, okay, let me just do a control F and then say search for standard IO.h. And then standard IO.h here shows up, you look at it there. And if you're looking saying that, okay, and this is cool, how about if I look for math.h? And when you select math.h, you can see the files are there, and then you could just say, let me just go for this math.h here, and it just opens it, and it shows you the name of the library where it found it, and the entire thing. I'm doing a cat minus n so you can see how many lines are on the actual documentation, and then the copyright information is still from Free Software Foundation. So that is what it is pertaining there. There's no issues as a result of copyright. All the documentation that comes with the GCC compiler is the same documentation, except I'm just adding the line numbers in front of it. So you could see like how big is, like, for example, this header file, which was the math.h header file. And then similarly, you can get all of it just by visiting the site. So the way I just did this one and I made it available, if you go to my main website, which is MyWebUniversity.com, you see a lot of these videos that I did for teaching Linux, Windows, and Solaris, and Ubuntu, and Red Hat, all of those ones, as well as Python programming, ChatGPTs, guides to security and hacking. All of these videos are available on YouTube to my Web University free education videos, my YouTube channel, as well as you can just come in and click on these videos here. But I'm going to show you the second page here, which is table of contents for the direct path to Linux Ubuntu, my book that is about 9 chapters as of today. It was chapter up to chapter 8 because this was the manual PDF file that I just showed you here. And then now I'm going to just show you this chapter 9, which I added it tonight. So it is available for you. When you click on this one, it comes out to this page. And this page is the 2,808 files of all the standard C library. So no matter which one you click on it, you get that header files here, the setting.h. I click on it and then I get the header files details here. And then at the same time, if you're interested on any of them, say, Wahid, I'd like to just understand what is the standard lib.c or something, a standard lib.h, for example, you say standard lib and then .h, you can just find it and click on it. That's the standard lib right there. Any of the libraries that you're looking for, you can get that information. Let's say you're looking for tar.h. Then you just type in tar.h, and there's 2 of them. You just go to the last one here, and that's tar.h, and then the header files shows up, and then you read the header files here. So this is very cool stuff that is available for you on my website. Please visit my website and then go to chapter 9 and get that one. Now I'm going to show you how I just created this program. I wrote a shell script on the server side. Let me just log in here. So as you can see, I did a host name here, and I'm on the MyWebUniversity, my cloud Linux server, and this Linux server is Linux Ubuntu. Red Hat, I'm sorry, OS-release is Linux Ubuntu version 20. But I'm doing this a script called include.sh, and then that include.sh, I'm gonna vim it include.sh. Since I'm there, you can see that it has about 60 lines of code, that actually does all the work, and it creates a file, this include.html file that I just showed you on the web, and that it does. This script, when I run it, it just does all the work, and then goes to the user include directory, get a list of them, and then parse it, and then puts all the information based on the number of entries that it finds, and creates this nice table for you. And then at the end of it, it writes that further on my website, as well as does a set, because the C++, if you don't just convert it to the percentage 2b for plus plus, then it will not be kind of like the query string will not be searchable. So then it would be C and then the spaces. So I did this line set. It's an inline dash I. It is going to convert it and then just make the HTML file properly formatted so it is available on the internet. And the way you just do this one, whenever I create it, I could just say include $. Here, since I make a backup of it every time, it moves the old one to the new one, and then it just overwrites it with all the information. But the whole server information is done now. Now I have this file called board.html include.html, and that file is about, if I do a word count on it, it's about some thousands of lines, 3,000. But if I do a grep on the part where I do the writing, so I say grep minus I, let's say one of the TD for table data, if I just search for that one, it might be exactly like 2808 that I told you. So let me just do a word count minus L on it. Yeah, 2808. Similarly, if I say find slash user slash include and then do a word count minus L on it, I get the same number. So I know that all my entries found it. And if I just do the uppercase and instead of word count here, these are all the lines that were there. Like for example, tar.h is an entry there. And then at the same time, the one with the C++, if I look at it, the conversion with that set information, I say search for C and then percentage 2b. For each of those plus, I've converted to 2b, so it is parsed properly with the CGI. And if I just click on this one, it's going to open a browser, but it's already on the browsers right here, and it's already available. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're a C or a C++ programmer, this is kind of a dream kind of documentation that is now on the internet. All you need is internet access and a desire to learn. And then you can just go here and get all these 2808 technical documentation online available. You can even use your cell phone to just read these documentation. So sometimes if you're a programmer, you just say, what is, let's say, the bitmap file for women, what is that one? If it is there, a file, it will search for it. Let me just do a refresh here, see if that one is found or not. Yeah, it's not there. So the like .hpp files, you can see a lot of the bitmap files and other stuff that are there on different directories. You can just look at these ones also here, but these are not bitmaps. It's imp.hp files. There might be some bitmap files. So let me just do for something like bitmap. Search for maybe map. Bitmap. Yeah, so there's a header files that it says bitmap for X11. And then you can see that this file was maybe empty on the X11. It is not concatenating anything. So if there's any file that was not found there, maybe I have to rewrite the code to just catch those kind of files. And then the way you do this one, you just say find/user include and grep -i bitmap. So now I have all the bitmap files directories that are there. And then you can see that since bitmap was a directory, did not find it. But if I look for one of them, so my code is still working because a directory does not have a content of it. So that's why that name was empty. But if I look for like something like allocator.h, let's say I say bitmap_allocator.h, it find that one, then I could say -exec cat -n, and then run this command to display them. Let me just rewrite that part. So -exec, and then I could do a while read a var do cat -n $var, and then done. And then you can see the that file there. And then the name, that since it was allocator, something like bitmap_allocator, I could go back here and say Control F, say bitmap underscore, and then you see that allocator.h is coming here. So I can click on it, and then that's the file. And right here is the bitmap allocator opens. So I'm not missing anything. I don't have to rewrite anything. It was just a directory bitmap, and the directory bitmap makes sense to be empty. So on the find command, I could have done a -type F, so it only reports that header files and text files and regular files rather than directories. That's the only thing. Have a great one. I hope you enjoy it. And just to do a summary or recap, is go to MyWebUniversity.com, go to the second page, and the index of table of contents is going to show for the direct path to Linux Ubuntu. Chapter 9 is the C and C++ include files. Click on it and then start learning C and C++ include files. If you're great developers, most likely there is need for these ones to look at it from time to time. Have fun. Take care. Bye-bye.